Right, our 5 words are fame, courgette, synergy, infamy, and ocelot. Which is a returning one for Tea Time with Matt. So let's get that in there as well. Oh, and the bonus word today is blancmange. We can't try and get blancmange in there purely because I think Billingsley suggested it, and you know what, it was too good to leave it out. Right. Let's do this train wreck. This, ladies and gentlemen, get snuggled up, get your tea down, yeah. This is Tea Time with Matt's bedtime story. Once upon a time, in the far-off land of BBC One, Sir Lord Alan Sugar had decided to retire. So the producers of the BBC show The Apprentice were looking for a new host. Luckily, they found one in the form of Honest Jeff from round the back of Tesco. This did mean relocating the boardroom to round the back of Tesco as well. And so for the filming of the new series, a whole host of new candidates gathered around the burning, oil drum of fire, which Honest Jeff was calling his boardroom. Honest Jeff sat them down. "Hello everybody, welcome," he said. "I am Honest Jeff, and welcome to a brand new series of The Apprentice. I will not be working during this process. You will be working, and if you mess up, you will be fired." One of the candidates raised his hand. Sorry, Sir Lord, Honest Jeff. No, said Honest Jeff. "I've not been knighted, I've not been made a lord, none of that. I'm just an honest, hard-working man who has never been proved to commit a crime, and that's the truth. And if you allegedly, and if you say otherwise, I will end you. Allegedly." Sorry about that, said the candidate. "What's your name, young man?" said Honest Jeff. My name is Rick. "I'm going to call you Wicked Rick," says Honest Jeff. "So, Wicked Rick, you are going to be the project manager for this first task, and you," he pointed at a random who's not the main focus of this story, "you're going to be the project manager for your team. Now go away, and what I want you to do for this task is make me some products, and I will see you back in the boardroom in 2 hours' time." So the candidates all flitted away, and very hurriedly decided to come up with team names. "What about courgette?" said one of the candidates. Wicked Rick looked at him. What does that even mean?" "Well, courgettes are long and impressive, and they look like bombs," said the candidate. "No, we're not going with that," said Wicked Rick. "What about synergy?" said another candidate. Wicked Rick punched him in the face.
Rip.
"What about infamy?" said another one. "We're getting better," said Wicked Rick, "but I'm not entirely convinced." For several hours the argument went on, and eventually, after several ridiculous suggestions, such as ocelot and blancmange, the team came up with the perfect name. Team Fame, after 2 hours, started to work on their products. Unfortunately, they really had run out of time, so they had to just scribble a few ideas down on a notepad, and they reassembled back in the boardroom. "Okay," says Honest Jeff, "this task was all about creating products. I see we have both the teams here. What team names did you come up with?" Wicked Rick stood up and said, "Well, our team, Sir Lord Honest Jeff." "Dude," said Honest Jeff. "Our team, Honest Jeff, we've called ourselves Fame." "What, after the musical?" said Honest Jeff. No, it was just the only thing we could come up with. This whole thing's been a train wreck, to be honest. "I know a guy who presents a radio show who frequently does shows that are train wrecks," said Honest Jeff. "And what about you?" he said to the other project manager. Well, we've come up with a really good team name that we think is really strong and accentuates the positive notes and the bonds between our team." "Excellent," said Honest Jeff. "What's it called?" "Synergy." Honest Jeff punched the project leader in the face. "What products have you come up with?" asked Honest Jeff. "Well, we've come up with several," said Wicked Rick. "Our first product, we've come up with, it's a hand sanitizer called Germ Away." "I love it," said Honest Jeff. "What does it do?" Well, it uses, one of my team, says Wicked Rick, stumbling over his notes, is one of those people that does, cleaning products, and he's told me about these things called anti-endermantoids, which kill 100% of germs. I love it, said Honest Jeff. What else have you come up with? Said, Wicked Rick, going through his notes again. We've got something else. We've developed a brand of breakfast cereal. It's made almost entirely of sugar and Welsh steam coal. Well, what's the point of that? Said Honest Jeff. Because you can put a steam train with a face on the front of it and call them Steamios, said Wicked Rick. I love it, said Sir Lord Alan Sugar.
Brilliant.
Sir Lord Alan Sugar went over to the other team. What have you come up with? Okay, well, we've come up with several things, said the project manager. First of all, we've come up with a brand of breakfast tea. I hate it, said Honest Jeff. What else have you come up with? Okay, well, we've come up with a range of cosmetic products that could take on the name of an incredibly attractive and talented radio show host. I like where this is going, said Honest Jeff. What have you called it? We've called it Synergy, said the project manager. With regret, said Honest Jeff, you're all fired. And thus ended the shortest series of The Apprentice in history, and indeed this story. The end.
Woohoo!
Meeting asked, when did Sir Lord Alan Sugar come back? He walked back into the room because Honest Jeff got sick of them all.